gets the live out there because I want as many people as possible to be reminded what an absolutely lovely person Elphaba is. Elphaba will be known this evening as Hetty the Hoover, for reasons that I'm sure most of you are aware of. Yes, I am feeling crummy. Hi, Leanne. Sorry if I've missed you. Genuinely got a chest infection, by the way. I'm on amoxicillin, 3 torpedo-sized tablets a day. Flipping heck. No, there shouldn't be. Is everybody hearing me, or is it just me? Good evening, white lady. How are you? Oh, I know what it is. Hang on. Hang on. How's that? Is that better? Good. Oh, do you? Oh, bless you. I've just turned it off. Is that any better? Good. Good evening, Chief. How is everybody? Hi, Katie. Hi, how are you doing? Apologies for the filter. I am here, I promise. I'm just looking, well, I won't. I'm looking how I feel, frankly, which isn't great, to be honest. Thank you, B. Thank you, Leanne. But I don't know whether any of you were in Bambird's live. Oh, I feel rotten, Katie, to be honest. But if any of you were in Bambird's live, Creators was in there, Josh was in there, The Observer was in there, raising awareness. Thank you, Signal Booster. Raising awareness on Hetty, formerly known as Elphaba. If anybody doesn't understand that, if one of the mods can put Hetty and what that means as a pin post, because I'm not going to explain it every 30 seconds. Yeah, she sneaks on, doesn't she? TikTok, she does. Good evening, Foxy. How are you, darling? Thank you, lovely. Good evening, Antoinette. I haven't put gifts off because this is not an awareness. Just saying. It's very rare B goes live. It's very rare. But thank you. Oh, bless your heart, Auntie D. Thank you. Yeah, the live was done as an awareness. It is really cross. You're not wrong. The live was an awareness on Hetty. And this is not an awareness. This is a reminder. And can I say, I have filled both sides and another half of everything that Hetty has done just since last year. So if I was to go back further, I'm sure I could find more. Now, if you want to know where I've got my information from, it's from Creators Gone Wild, her page. Hetty is a damn menace. Bandbird, who's up there, and The Observer's YouTube channel of the same name. So it's all readily available. It's all out there. You can go and see it. It doesn't take too much to find. So yeah, if people could just tap and repost. I very rarely ask you to do anything. Hi, Carrie. I just need as many people to come and listen to the show. That is... You serious, Spartan? Oh, heaven's sake. Wow. Just wow. Wow. I know it's a Friday evening. That's all right, Catherine, love. I know it's a Friday evening. Thank you. I'm going to call you UK. Thank you, UK. And I know a lot of people are out and about, but I'm going to keep doing this until somebody gets the message that this creator needs banning off social media. Thank you, Catherine. No worries, Mickey. This person needs banning, and I'm going to remind you all why. Antoinette, honestly, the lies just fall out of their mouth without any consideration. I mean, they can lie. They can tell 2 lies in 1 sentence. Thank you, Katie. Whoever sent a rose as well. Oh, thank you, bless you. They can lie. They can tell 2 lies in 1 sentence. I was watching on Creators Gone Wild, and they told 2 lies in 1 sentence, and I was just like, wow, that is baffling to me. How is that? Oh, UK, I tell you what. Oh, Jazza, that's really annoyed me. Oh, yeah, Auntie Di. That's really annoyed me. Because I have found, I think it was it on Creators Gone Wild? It might have been on Creators, it might have been on Bees. I can't remember. But one of them, yeah. Thank you, whoever that was. Thank you, White Lady. Good evening, FYP Recap. How are you, my darling? Yeah, said they needed new stuff, and then in a TikTok, probably the same flipping day, said none of their stuff was damaged, thankfully. I got a chest infection, which is why the filter's on, because I look absolutely, well, like I've got a chest infection. It's not attractive. So I thought I'd put this one on. I lost the plot. So, if you can tap, and I will do, honey, I'm sure. Tap. It costs nothing, I promise you, apart from maybe a bit of arm ache. And share the live out. Not that I'm not going to start. I have started, but it just gets people in. Thank you, Samira. Yeah, so that was one of the many fibs that Hetty has told in the last 24 hours. I just, thank you, Tracy. I, along with many other creators, are sick to death. Good evening. Are sick to death of people being taken advantage of. Oh, absolutely. Of being taken advantage of because they are either nice, Elphaba. Oh, thank you. Red the Black Brat 101. Appreciate it. Thank you. Same to you, Defoo, darling. Thank you, Signal Booster. Thank you, Shazay. Yeah, I'm sick to death of people being conned. And that's exactly what it is. They're being conned. You're all being conned, all you gifters. I don't understand what is wrong with people. There are so many awareness pages out there now. There have been so many. You are loving TikTok shopping me. Are you kidding? Oh. Well, I suppose it's better than calling for an ambulance, isn't it? Again. Okay. Breathe. Just breathe. It's all right. I have to believe somewhere down the line karma is coming, because why this individual is getting away with this day after day after day after day, I don't understand. Yeah, I know, Squeaky. Hi, Carol. I know. Do you know that person? Hi, Andrea. Hi, Dazza. That person, I am hoping, has a marker against their name at some point, so that when that address or that phone number phones up emergency services for no reason, the marker comes up and says, thank you, Dazza, darling. That's not what the marker says. The marker comes up and says, repeat offender. Thank you, Lost the Plot. Oh, who's that? Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. I honestly hope if there isn't one, there will be one. Now, I've noticed from one TikToker on here who seems to be quite knowledgeable. I don't know the full name, but it's Stormy. Exactly. I will do, sweet. Although I think my husband would be quite happy if I was mute. Now, Stormy is pretty good, but I'm not going to say what she said. You can go and look on her page, because I don't know whether it's true or not. And I'm not in the habit of putting out misinformation. Right, okay. I just think there should be some sort of frequent flyer. You can do, yeah. Frequent flyer notification next to Hetty's address, IP, whatever, right? So somebody said that Hetty has said that they lost everything. Oh, really? How frustrating, though. How frustrating. Hi, Alice. I'm all right, sweet. That they lost and they needed new pans and pots. Oh, absolutely, Foxy, if only, honestly. But that they'd lost everything, right? Yeah. Can I just say, on another live, probably the same day, they said, it's lucky I lost nothing. Why are these people gifting? They also said that they had to go back to the flat to get their stuff. So if they'd lost everything in the flat, there would be no stuff to go and get. Honestly, I don't know what the age range is of the gifters that gift Hetty / Elphaba, right? I don't understand their mental age or their physical age, or whether they're just coming in and only watching the live stream and nothing else. Because you cannot, I know, you cannot fail to understand that there are so many awareness pages, there are so many cam tours, there are so many people. Oh, it's definitely that. Thank you, Observer. There are so many people who are trying every which way they can possibly think of to get awareness out. Thank you for the gifts. I'm sorry I'm not looking at them. Please forgive me. Every gift is appreciated. It all goes into the community pot, which helps the community, doesn't benefit me. Okay? So, oh, I do. I have a very big notepad. It's A4 sized. Thank you, FYP. We really do. We really do. Hiya, Becky. This is not an awareness. There's lots and lots of awareness out there. This is reminders. This is reminders. I just want people to understand the damage that this is doing. Thank you, Alice. Thank you, love. The damage that this creator is doing to multiple communities, and I do believe has now started on the BPD community now. Yeah, absolutely. Because now they're talking about Googling BPD. Oh, Katie, I tell you what, I can tear that one. That was one, that conversation that they had, Katie, was, no, I'm not, was where they fibbed. Hi, Marita, they lied in the same sentence twice, right? So the sentence was, I haven't taken anything for ages. The second sentence, which came straight after, was, but I'm suffering withdrawals. Make that make sense for me, somebody. I haven't taken anything for ages, but I'm suffering withdrawals. Make up your damn mind. Okay, do you know what? Absolutely. Exactly. Make it make sense. Well, this is because somebody in the chat, yeah, I think so. Somebody in the chat was saying, do you think you might have borderline personality disorder? Oh, and their little eyes lit up. Oh, do you think that's what I might have? No. Elphaba, no. You have several things and none of them are medical or mental. Right? It's called your personality. Okay? So there was the lie. So there's two lies on two TikToks. One after that. Yeah, exactly. So Elphaba says, I haven't taken anything for ages, but I'm getting withdrawals. All my stuff was ruined. It's lucky nothing got ruined. Oh yeah, smug. She's all calm. Yeah, all calm. And that'll be because the gifters that have gifted over the last few days, based on the absolute codswallop that Hetty has come out with, has funded that. Thank you, Signal Boost. Right? That's all you've done, gifters. That's all you've done. If that was a family member and they outright asked you for rugs, would you give them money for that? Because that's what you've done. There was no smoke inhalation, right? No, there wasn't. Let me tell you, okay? So the fire was the floor above Elphaba's, all right? What the person who had the e-scooter done had either left the e-scooter just outside their front door or just inside their front door. I don't know which side of the door it was, but let me tell you, there was no explosion. No explosion. And I'll tell you how I know that. When you look at pictures of the e-bike, which are all over local media, the bike has burnt. If there had been an explosion, bits of that bike would be all over that flat. The bang that Elphaba claims to have heard was the person in the flat above them breaking the window to get out of the flat. That's all it was. That's all it was. If that building had been destroyed, Signal, there is no way, and I'm not saying this to you because you know, there is no way they would be allowed back in to collect their stuff. Wouldn't happen. Just wouldn't happen. Because the building would be considered dangerous. Right? This is what I don't... It doesn't take... You don't have to research this stuff. It's literally common sense. Oh, yeah. And I'll tell you why, Siobhan. I'll tell you why. This is subjective. This is my opinion. This is what I think. This isn't based on facts. I think Elphaba wants to be closer to the city centre. I think that they don't like getting on the train and going into London. I think they want to be right in the mix. I think they want to have everything right on their doorstep. Right? There you go. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I think. And he knows full well that if there is a way to dox her own address and get her own way, she'll do it. She's got absolutely no morals. She doesn't care. She doesn't care if she's taking a place from somebody who genuinely needs it. Because I promise you, Elphaba doesn't. Whatever she has told people... Let's go back, right? So remember when she was in this place? Yeah. Well, she can't. She can't. Right, so she sat in that live, didn't she? It was one of the lives when she was in this place that she's just moved out of. And she said, I'm not on Universal Credit. Thank you. I get my money off social media, right? Said they didn't have, well, they were not on Universal Credit. And then when questioned about the rent, told the chat she was paying her rent. So she's paying her rent. There wasn't an issue. Fast forward to this week. Yeah. But fast forward to this week. Now she's got rent arrears on the place she's just left. Hang on, which one is it? Is it rent arrears or you are paying your rent? Are you not on Universal Credit or are you on Universal Credit? Which one is it? Because you're making no sense to anybody, Elphaba. No. Is he phoning the police just now? Oh, did I say he? She. All right, darling. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. So you weren't on Universal Credit, but then you were. But your work coach, which we all know is Universal Credit, wasn't a work coach for Universal Credit, yeah? But you were paying your rent, but now you've got rent arrears. Okay. You need money for food. Money for food, for me, is the basics. Address has been found. This new place, Nana Karen, this new place. if it's where I think it is, somebody put it up in the live that Elphaba was doing earlier. I don't quite see. Yeah. So I think I know where it is. In fact, I've Googled it. Good, because if it's the place I'm thinking of, and no, I'm not going to say where it is, but if it's the place I think it is, it's extremely nice. It's in a very nice area, and it's central London. So, yeah. So now he's saying he needs money for food, right? For when I say to somebody, I need money for food, do you know what I need my money for? I need it for the basics: milk, bread, maybe coffee, beans, all that stuff. Cheeky. Wow. Okay. That's what I mean. It wouldn't. I mean, I don't say it, but whenever in the past, when I was younger, if I said I needed food, it would be the basics. Exactly that. It would be the basics, right? So, and I'll tell you what wasn't a basic: going out for a meal. Hello, Amber. Right. I mean, thank you, Giant Leaps. It wouldn't mean going out. And if I had just, and I say this in inverted commas, nearly unalived because there'd been an explosion, the last thing I'd want to do is get my ruined clothes on and go out for a meal. I am... all right, Froggy. It just... I need people. I cannot wait for this. I tell you what, TikTok, if you're watching, please do what you said you're going to do. Oh, you're joking. Again. Wow. And stick to these rules that you cannot beg on here. Please. Uphold those rules. It did happen on Monday. It happened on Monday. In fact, I'll tell you exactly when it happened. The call came through to the emergency services at 1:33. At 2:33, the fire was out. Now, according to Elphaba's own words, she heard a bang. Then she heard somebody running up the stairs or down the stairs. So immediately, without leaving the room, dialed 999. Goodness sake. And are the gifts going? Dialed 999 to report a burglary. Right? It didn't happen Wednesday, it happened Monday. Do you know what, Elphaba? Grow up. Seriously. It was definitely Monday. It was absolutely 100% Monday. If you go to the London Fire Brigade's own website, it says Monday. Well, everywhere else says Monday. And I know which site it was on. Good evening, Purple Skull. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if that's the only bit I've got wrong, Froggy Love, then... oh, dear. The fact is, he didn't lose any stuff. No. Was he fudge? Yeah. Absolutely. And if that, and you know what? You'll get a sorry tomorrow. All these people that are now going to be... Do you know, It frustrates me so much. The amount of good I could do with the amount of money that We Love TikTok shop has made off this app is immeasurable. And they are peeing it up the wall. Good evening, Miss Marple. How are you? Seriously. Oh, don't forget, Samira, they're nearly sectioned. They're nearly on hormones. They're nearly this, they're nearly that. They're never actually, right? Exactly. And then, right, listen to what I've written down, okay? So the things that Elphaba has lied about, right, which we know to be true. So, tell me about it. Oh, do you know what? I'd report his PayPal. Because it's fraudulent. Yeah. And Kay knows, right? Oh, that's the other thing that gets me. Hi, Lelani. That's the other thing. Right, so this is what we know. They've lied about Tourette's. They've lied about having autism. Although we're back on the autistic thing, aren't we? Elphaba is so concerned about having ADHD that they didn't set an alarm and slept through the appointment. Now, I'm sorry. If I had an appointment for something like that, I ain't missing it. I'm not missing it, because an appointment to be assessed or to discuss being assessed, yeah. And what's frustrating is, back when they said they had autism, they had the money to go private. They had the money to go private and go get private assessment, just like EQ did. You know, I wouldn't miss it. Do you know, I have felt absolutely lousy this last 3 weeks. I made myself wake up in order to get a doctor's appointment, which was like hen's teeth this morning, because I knew I wasn't right and I knew I needed antibiotics. I wasn't going to sleep through that alarm. Yeah, thank you, Siobhan. So, lied about all of that. Right, what else do we know? Put up a photograph off Instagram of somewhere they claimed they were essayed by. Yeah? And then said they'd had their phone stolen by this same person. Oh, bless you. Yeah? And then was outed for having sold/pawned the phone. I don't... See, this is what winds me up. This is separate to everything else. Do you know what, right? I don't care. Oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry. I hear you, Vic. I really do. I don't care how many gifts I get in a live. That is not why I am here. What I'm here for is to explain the level of fraud this person commits on a daily basis. And it is all for money, right? They're not in it for anything else, okay? It's all for money. Now, if I was to go and kick off at Elphaba, or go and kick off at Evil Queen, my numbers would be in 4 figures. Yeah? You look at Elphaba's numbers now. Elphaba knows exactly what they're doing because they're pulling the numbers in. Yeah? And I'm sat here, and this is me just being a bit whiny, I suppose, but I'm sat here trying to get people to understand that they are feeding this creator's addictions. They are feeding really bad behaviour. They are encouraging bad behaviour. And I've got double figures in my life. I think it makes sense. You know, but then I have never bought followers, right? I had about 9 people follow me in about an hour. I went through them all and blocked them because they were all bots. You know, it blows my tiny mind. Yeah, now imagine the number of people who are going to be affected by Elphaba's behaviour right now. The number of people who are going to be triggered by that live now. Who don't have somebody to talk to. Who don't have a big TikTok account so they can't go live. Who don't... Good evening, Bonnie, lovely. Who don't have anybody to turn to. They're the people I worry about. Those poor gifters that are being completely defrauded by that individual. They are the people I worry about. I watched that horrific TikTok that they did, that Elphaba put out there, threatening to unalive themselves yet again. And then having the audacity, you're kidding me, and then having the audacity to blame the audience. The first thing anybody with any mental health training will tell somebody who's in this predicament is come off social media. Come off social media if it is triggering you to... Yes, Vic. And do you know what? I could stream it, but I'm not going to, because I'm not going to upset the people in this room. And this is what frustrates me. Everybody will have gone to watch the cam tours and Elphaba demonstrating disgusting behaviour and miss the reasons for this disgusting behaviour. The reason for this behaviour is because there are new rules coming in on the 25th of July that means you cannot ask for gifts. That's the only reason. That's the only reason. Thank you, Vic. That's the only reason. Thank you, Observer. And that's what gets to me. All these people that are watching them do this. Oh, do you know, Alice, I don't know how they're going to enforce it, but they better, because they're not terribly good at enforcing everything else. But I do know the Ofcom are taking the mental health of minors very seriously. Now, if there are minors in that live, then reporting that live to Ofcom, reporting Elphaba to Ofcom is going to have more of an effect than just complaining, you know, that they're SHing on a live. That doesn't appear to do anything, because how many thousands are in Elphaba's room right now? Yeah, Kaza. I don't know what, you know, if I had the energy and I was very immature, I'd do it for them, honestly. Exactly. 2.2k. Is it fluctuating? But it's a damn sight more than most people have. I mean, first of all, why are you watching it? Quite literally, why are you watching it? That blows my mind. It is, Candice. It is. Yeah. Oh dear. But it blows my mind. Oh, 2.2k people. See? Elphaba themselves has said they know exactly how to get people in their room. And I don't think that way, so I don't know how to pull people into my room in order to give people the information they need to make a decision about who they gift. Because thank you, Ash. Because I don't play games. And I am waving at you, Ash. I know you can't see me, but I am. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I'm really glad for you, Marita. I don't play games. I wouldn't know where to start, okay? Because I'm not that sort of person. So sometimes it frustrates me. Yeah. It frustrates me because I think, here I am, right? I'm a small creator, okay? I try to do the right thing. I haven't even put a gift goal thingy up today. I am trying to grow. Hi, Hayley. I'm trying to grow in a responsible way, yeah? And I'm trying to do the right thing by the people that watch. Hi, Emily. I'm trying to do the right thing, you know, for the audience and for the people around me, right? So that I can help where I need to help and make people laugh when we need a flipping laugh, right? So I'm trying to do everything the right way. And that piece of We Love TikTok shop is SHing on a live and has 2.2 thousand people watching it. And at least a third of them will be gifting. At least. And it blows me away. It absolutely blows me away. That is the content that people want to watch. And it does make you think, you know, sometimes, what's the point? And then I think, do you know what? There's always a point. Oh, bless you, Mr. Alex. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, love. See, you're the sort of person that I am worried about. You represent to me, oh, for God's sake, you represent to me the sort of person that I am concerned about. You and the gifters. And this is where I wish I was in a better position to do some safeguarding on here. I really, really do. There are so many of us. There are so many of us who are trying so hard behind the scenes. And oh, Spartan, that's made me laugh. Oh, that's good. That are behind the scenes and in front of the camera, trying so desperately hard to get this individual off the app. Because they are that bad. Yeah, they are so bad. The stuff that Elphaba does that can't be talked about. What we know about Elphaba is the tip of the iceberg, let me tell you. It is the tip of the iceberg. Oh, bless you, Mr. Alex. You don't need to thank me, love. Honestly, I'm just... Thank you, FYP. I'm just one of the many people on here who are trying to help. We're trying so hard to help, honestly. And it's honestly, a lot of the time, it's like pushing water uphill. It really is. It is like pushing water uphill. Not gonna lie. Oh, that's a point. Yeah, I don't know. The Observer might have. Thank you, Katie. I don't feel it today. I'm a sweaty, ill mess today. But my gingerbread person looks lovely. Empathetic and vulnerable. Yeah, Absolutely easy. Absolutely. Thank you, Katie, love. Shocking, Abigail, to be fair. There, it is preying on the vulnerable. It absolutely is. It's just... Oh, God, no, Andrea. Oh, hello, Foxy's hubby. Yeah, it's preying on the vulnerable, and it breaks me. If anyone thinks that are you all right, Easy? If anyone thinks that any of us who raise awareness or talk about Elphaba are not personally affected by the stuff that Elphaba does online, can I just tell you, we are. We are, hi Wendy, we are upset, we are angry, we are frustrated, we're worried. So many of us are desperately concerned about the harm that Elphaba is causing so many communities, right? And from the cam tours to the lives that are done to the deep dives that have been done, we are all frustrated and upset and worried about people. We are searching, we are. And none of us, I'll tell you what the other thing is, none of us that are trying to raise awareness are addicted to TikTok. Which is why we're not on here all the time. And sometimes I think it's the only way to combat. Oh, I know, Mr. Alex. And do you know what? The number of times we've heard, well, I'm only 21. And then in the next breath, but I'm an adult. You know, it's like, well, pick one. Oh, finally. Finally. Do you know what? Excuse me. Do you know what? There have been nights, and haven't there, for people who've been this, you know, with me a while, when we've seen the stuff that they were doing. Thank you, Carly. The stuff that they were doing, and they wouldn't get a ban at all. Hi, Dead Folly. They wouldn't get a ban at all. Well done. To everybody that reported that live, thank you so much. Thank you so, so much. Because a lot of the time it just wouldn't get done. It wouldn't get taken down, and now it has been, and I'm so grateful to you, honestly. Because that behaviour is disgusting on so many levels. Really, was Elphaba not on their main? Well, I'll tell you what, Elphaba, I unblocked you for tonight. I unblocked you for tonight. Why don't you come back? Yeah, good, Observer. I'm going to do it when I come off. Why don't you come in here and have a listen to what people think about you? Huh? Because you are sitting there having your pity party for one, and what you don't understand, Elphaba, is these are consequences. These are the consequences of your actions. This is what you don't seem to understand. No, they won't have a proper conversation. If Elphaba came in here now and I offered them, you know, something to be able to say something, then they would just shout all over me, which you can't talk to people like that. But this, it did take far too long, Tracy. The first complaint should have brought that to an end. But I'm very grateful to those of you that have reported it. Thank you. Oh, that's brilliant. That is brilliant. But listen, Elphaba, when you're sitting there saying, I just want people to be nice to me, I just want people to be kind to me, I don't understand why you're all giving me so much hate. Let me tell you, I will tell you, as tens of, if not hundreds of us have told you, right? You reap what you sow. You've told so many lies. You've affected so many communities, right? That now, whenever you say you've got something, nobody believes you. These are consequences. A concept you clearly have never been taught. All behaviour has consequences, right? And you are not a celebrity. Let me tell you that now, right? You haven't changed your name by deed poll. That's the other lie you've told, right? And I know that's a lie. I absolutely know 100% that that's a lie. And shall I tell you how I know, Elphaba? Because, thank you, Foxy, because the name Elphaba is copyrighted. You cannot be called Elphaba. It is trademarked. So stop telling people you have illegally changed your name, because you haven't, right? And you want to tell people you're transitioning, yes? That you've socially transitioned. Have you been and got a gender recognition certificate? Have you? Right? Have you? Because you could have done that. You absolutely could have done that. With the money that you still had last year, you could have got an autism diagnosis if that was what you thought you had. You could have gone private. Thank you, Observer. You could have gone private and got the diagnosis you think you should have, which, let me tell you, those of us who know people with autism or are autistic, that I have not found a single one of them, not a single one, who agrees that you are autistic. Not one. Right? You are facing the consequences of your actions. Oh, and you did not grow up on the app. You need to grow up, but you didn't grow up on the app. So that's another one. Right, I'm going to continue with this very long piece of paper. Thank you for the gifts. I'm so sorry. I'm being really remiss. I really, really appreciate every single heart me, every single tap, every single share. It is so appreciated. I can't tell you. Oh, that was one of my favourite ones. Do you remember when Elphaba claimed to have liver failure? Actual liver failure, and had gone to the extent of colouring in their nails with a yellow highlighter. I mean, hello? Is there anyone there? So there was that one. You did, yeah. Oh, be grateful. It was ridiculous. They said they had liver failure. They used like one of those highlighters to colour their nails in. That's it. In yellow, and they were on a white pillowcase, and it was rubbing off on the white pillowcase behind them. What happened to your photo shoot, Elphaba? Weren't you doing a photo shoot? Because you were going to be a model. I know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you've all had to witness that. Cured in a day. Yep, and the documentary. No, Sarah. No, they don't realise. Isn't it the first place it shows in the eyes? Yeah, weren't you having a documentary? Where's the documentary? Because that was happening. Wasn't that happening to the end of 23? That never came to fruition, did it? Except you really wanted it to, didn't you? Oh, Signal Boost. Do you know that's the funny thing, Signal Boost? You would expect them to get better, wouldn't you? But they don't. Oh, let's see now. You accused a stranger of spiking your drink in a club, didn't you? You accused somebody, didn't you? Because you named the club, didn't you? You named the club. And loads of us emailed the club to let them know that you were trashing their business by saying that the club did nothing. Turns out you did nothing though, didn't it, Elphaba? You did nothing because you didn't report the fact that your drink had been spiked, allegedly. You didn't report it to anyone in the club, did you? Which would have been the very first thing I would have done. But hey, that's just me. Oh, you've repeated you hate being doxxed, don't you? Haven't you just this very minute had a complete and utter meltdown because you believe you've been doxxed, right? You have, haven't you? You're very upset about that. Oh, the live is being reported, folks. Yeah, sorry, that's not going to work. Didn't you, yeah, you hate being doxxed. You've just had a meltdown because doxing. Doxing, which I absolutely disagree with, by the way. Can I say? I think it's absolutely appalling. I don't think there's any need for it. I think everybody, including Elphaba, should have somewhere safe to go. And I know how mad that sounds after everything I've said, but I have morals and I stick to them, right? So, but you hate it, don't you? To the point where you're going to SH on live, correct? Now then, how many times have you asked for Bambird's address and information and real name? How many times, Elphaba? How many times have you done that? Done that a few times, haven't you? When you've asked your audience to find out who and where she is. Yes? And we know you have, because it's all documented online. And no, it's not AI, because I was in the room. Right? I quite often come in your lives, Elphaba. You have no idea. Thank you, Amber. So you were repeatedly asking, weren't you? Repeatedly asking, yeah. Not only Bambirds, other creators too. The only reason I'm not naming her Kay is because I don't want any more stuff to come her way. She's had enough to deal with. But yeah, you repeatedly asked for Bambirds, didn't you? Didn't you repeatedly ask for the inspectors as well? When the inspector was on TikTok. You wanted their address, didn't you? But you have absolutely no issue with trying to find other people's private information and doxing them. But you don't want to be doxed. And I don't think you should be. That's my personal opinion. I don't think you should be. I think even you deserve somewhere to feel safe, right? That is my personal opinion. And because I have morals, Elphaba, they apply to everybody, even people I don't like. Right? But you have no issue, do you, with putting somebody potentially in harm's way? And you don't know anything about these people. Some of these people might be vulnerable. Yeah? But you don't care about that, do you? Some of these people might have children living with them or vulnerable adults. But you don't care about that either, do you? Let's see. What did you do when you were told, incorrectly by the way, that only Tony was on his way up to Manchester? What was that you got out the drawer? Hi, Claire. What did you get out the drawer? Something a chef uses, wasn't it? And what did you say? Come on then, I'm ready for you. Yeah? Uh-huh. The ones we all know about is you've claimed to want to transition, but you've done nothing, have you? You've done nothing. What was that? Didn't you say you went for a hormone test, Elphaba? You went for hormones, didn't you? You went to have a blood test to see what your hormone levels were like at like 4:20 in the afternoon. I can tell you, as a middle-aged woman, they never test your hormones at the end of the day. It's always a morning appointment. So that was a lie. And you can come at me and say whatever you like. The National Health Service does not test your hormone levels at the end of the day. It's not standard procedure. It is a joke, honestly. Thank you, Catherine. Yeah? It's not standard procedure, so don't tell people that. Why lie? Thank you, me. Thank you for the rose. Right. Oh, do you remember when Elphaba was staying at a place of multiple occupation in London, and then was had to leave quite suddenly? Thank you, Andrea. Right. And you said that the person who owned the property had set you up. Exactly, Ducky Project. I've had tests, hormone tests, and they are always done in the morning. But you said the landlord had set you up and that was why he'd had to leave. That was a lie, wasn't it? Yeah, you can put it in the chat, I'm not saying it. But that was a lie, wasn't it? That was an absolute out-and-out lie. You were asked to leave, weren't you? Because of the way people were treating you. You were treating people. You and your mother. That landlord did everything they possibly could for you, didn't they? So you tried to tarnish his reputation. Now that's actual defamation, Elphaba. Because you seem to think everything else people say about you. Oh, see, this is right. Classic Elphaba, this is. Classic Elphaba, okay? Listen, right, the fact that Elphaba has said, it's me, I'm the problem, right, is literally the pattern of behaviour we will now see. And we see it every week. This is what I don't understand, people. You need to wake up. This is exactly what happens every week. Now that Elphaba has shocked you all and made you all feel, oh no, that's awful. Now Elphaba wants you to feel sorry for Elphaba because they feel so awful about making you feel so awful, even though it's all your fault. She feels awful. Honestly, please, if any of you watch Elphaba or if there's anyone in here that gifts Elphaba or is watching from the outside, right, I want you to go back and look through clips. Go to Creators Gone Wild, go to Banbird, go to The Observer, especially the YouTube page, right? Go to Fact Free, go to people that raise awareness on Elphaba and look at the pattern of behaviour. It is always the same. They don't even deviate from the pattern of behaviour, yeah? They don't even mix it up a bit. So that the rest of us are going, oh, perhaps this is real. It's always the same. Rinse, repeat. Feel sorry for me. This has happened to me. Oh, it's awful. People start calling it out. People start saying, don't believe you. Loses temper. Beats self up. Gets agitated because people are calling out for behaviour. It's called deflection. We will deflect. We will get people to not look at the left hand. We'll get them looking at the right hand, right? So they do that and then they'll say, I'm so sorry. I'm the problem. It's all me. I just don't know what to do. I'm just so overwhelmed. I've got all this going on. I've got this happening, this explosion, this fire, this da-da-da-da-da. There's always something, is there not? Have you ever met anyone who's had as many problems as Elphaba in 21 years, right? And then they'll come back saying, do you know what I've done? I've had a bath and I've washed my hair and I've practiced some self-care and I'm feeling quite positive today, right? And the cycle begins again. It's right in front of you. If you're a gifter, please, it's right in front of you. You are enabling this behaviour. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Katerina. This is why I'm doing this live. I shouldn't be. I should be in bed. But I'm so tired of this behaviour. Hang on a second, I'm reading my horrendous... Oh, yeah, weren't you almost unalived in that fire, Elphaba? Is that not one of the storylines you were peddling? Oh, Daisy, it's awful. And I think of the people who are in that live, watching that behaviour, desperately wanting to help Elphaba. I've seen people have said that they were SHing in the live. And these people, these lovely people will desperately want to help. There is nothing you can do at this point. Only professional intervention is going to do anything, is going to make any difference whatsoever. Right? Your gift... Oh, God. Your gift is enabling the behaviour, because I wish I could say what they're doing with that. Just please trust me. If you don't hear anything else I say tonight, please trust me. If all they wanted was your attention and for you to be nice to them, why do they want and ask for money and find different ways? I deserve, yeah. So honestly, Matt, it'll be, I deserve everything I get. My life's a mess. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. I'm just going to go away in a corner and hide. Nobody likes me. Everybody hates me. I just want to go and eat worms, I think is the song, right? And then it'll be, I'm practicing some self-care. I've eaten some fruit. I've had a bit of a wash. Brushed my hair. And I'm feeling a bit better today. I'm practicing a bit of self-care, a bit of self-love, and it'll all start again. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, Signal. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. Going back to this, yeah, weren't you all almost, you were almost unalived in this fire, weren't you? Despite the fact, according to news reports, 4 of you walked out that house. Yeah? And only 1 person was taken to hospital, and that was as a precaution. So, you claim you were taken to hospital, were you? I beg to differ. Hang on a minute. When was Elphaba saying the fire was? Just out of interest. Oh, and weren't you nearly sectioned this week? Which was it? Was it? I'm confused. Were you nearly unalived in an explosion, or were you nearly sectioned? Because it was one or the other, wasn't it? One storyline didn't work out, so you went with the other one, did you? Monday was section, Wednesday was fire. Right. This fire took place on Monday. Well, whether it was Monday, it was the 16th. No, it wasn't. It was the 5th. It wasn't Wednesday. It wasn't Wednesday. I hear Victoria. I look like death, which is why I look like a gingerbread. What was the other one? Oh, do you know what I'd love to know? Do you know what I would love to know, Elphaba? How did you get your flat originally? How did you swing that? Accommodation in a suburb of London. How do you swing? You must have played every card possible with help from your mother, I'm assuming. Hey, how do you swing that? There are people, quite literally, being thrown out of rented accommodation to make room for other people. Right? There are people currently who are on the street, who have been there for many, many months, who are on lists, registered with charities, have had to flee certain situations, who cannot get housed as quickly as you. How did you do it? I'd love to know. I bet you can't say though, can you? What was his name? Juan. Weren't you worried about... Well, why were you so worried about him saying how you got your property? What's to worry about? If you've done nothing wrong, why would you be scared? Funny that, isn't it? You say your mental health is poor. You've got really bad mental health. Yeah? It's awful. It's so awful. And yet you will sit and read every single comment. You'll read every single comment. The first thing somebody who assesses you for poor mental health, or the police, or the hospital, if you're suffering with anxiety, which you claim to have, is they will tell you to come off social media. It's very, very simple. Yes, come off social media. Oh yeah, proper panicked. Absolutely. Proper panic. Thank you, Victoria. Right? Oh, I don't know. Well, you'd think the millionaire would be there to help, don't you? Do you know what, Daisy? You are spot on. And that's the problem on this app. That is the absolute problem on this app. And I think some of the bigger creators have realised it now. There are so many storylines that have now been used that they have to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and someone is going to get hurt. Someone is going to get very seriously hurt. What was it you said as well? Didn't you say, Elphaba, that you've got no friends? Didn't I see a pity party live where you sat and said, I've got no friends, nobody likes me. I've got nobody to talk to, nobody to go out with, I just want someone to go shopping with, have a nice picnic in the park with, right? Then you said, you have got friends, they're just up north. Well, here's a question for you. Why aren't you? If that's where your friends are, why aren't you up north? You're clearly not in London because you want to be closer to your mum. Because you can't be closer to your mum, can you? Because she's part of the reason why you're in that accommodation. So clearly you've told somebody somewhere there's been a breakdown in your relationship with her. So you would want to be near her, would you? So why aren't you up north? Tell me that. If that's where your friends are and your support system is, why aren't you up north? Huh? What do you think London's going to give you that nowhere else will? Or are you finding that your reputation is following you? Because you seem to think that every time you go somewhere new... Do you know why people phone up places and say you've got somebody here? You've got somebody here, somebody in your club right now who's done this, who's accused a nightclub of allowing this to happen, has done and said these things, has done this in a nightclub, right? Do you know why those people phone? And there will be a small element of people who are just trying to cause trouble for you, right? I understand that. Hi, Sheila. I understand that, but that's the minority, okay? Most of them are concerned for the business that you've just walked into and the damage that you are going to do to their business. Most of them are on either some sort of pub watch, or the bouncers have got a system in place to let everybody know when there's a troublemaker in town, right? And the only person that is causing the trouble is you. Do you know what, Daisy? I went through that. I went through a period of feeling sorry for Elphaba. I thought, you know what, their childhood hasn't been very good. They've clearly not been raised. They've clearly, been either ignored, whatever. And I did have a degree of sympathy. I really did. Until, let me tell you when I stopped having any sympathy, right? Elphaba had moved in with Maria. Maria is in some form of social housing, okay? And the house next door to Maria's is also some form of social housing. A young lady moved in next door to Elphaba with 3 small children, okay? I think 1 or 2 of them were school age and 1 wasn't. And, Elphaba's likes to belt out defying gravity all times of the day and night, to the point where she got on Maria's nerves, right? This neighbour complained. Let me just reiterate, this neighbour was fleeing DV, okay, with her children. And this neighbour was quite young. And this neighbour reported Elphaba to the social housing. Elphaba, in response to that, shouted through the walls, banged on the walls, right? Had the washing machine that sounded like the bearings had gone on 2, 3 o'clock in the morning when there were small children next door, bearing in mind that these poor kids were traumatised by what their mother had already been put through at the hands of a man. And then they've got Elphaba screaming at them through the walls, right? They were terrified. Good night, Auntie D. Auntie Di, sorry. They were terrified, right? I don't know whether the neighbour is still there. I want to say they're not. Yes, calling her all sorts of names, right? And yet when their front door was knocked on, Elphaba hid, wouldn't answer the door. Wouldn't answer the damn door, right? But was happy to terrify this woman, even when repeatedly told by several people that the woman next door had fled DV and had small children. Didn't give a stuff. That's when I lost every ounce of sympathy for Elphaba. That was the moment. You've got to be kidding me. Are you kidding me, Katerina? But that was the moment that I lost any ounce of sympathy I had for Elphaba. And herein lies the problem. If that account has now been unbanned, what's it going to take? What is it going to take, TikTok? Literally, what's it going to take? I know, Daisy, and that's why, you know what, that's why my concern is for people like yourself who find all of this incredibly worrying and incredibly difficult to deal with. Yeah, thank you for the gift, UK TikTok. I didn't say that, sorry. It is Elphaba with an agency, though. Because that's part of the damn problem. You know, the only way that we're going to get Elphaba off this app is numbers. We are going to have to come together. Instead of us all doing our little bits on, on our own, as it were, I think we need to come together. All of us that do awareness, that do cam-toing, all of that stuff. We all need to come together and think of something, because honestly, this individual is dangerous. Petitions don't work. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, he got a noise warning. Oh, spooky. Trust us when we've said we've tried. This is Elphaba, who reported me to the police. Do you know that? Reported me to the police. Was it last year? I think it was last year, around about January, February time. Actually reported me to the police. Because they didn't like what I was saying on TikTok. And will say to anyone and everyone, I'm going to call the police, that's defamation. Yeah, no worries, honey. That's defamation. Report me, sweet. Go for it. And then show me anything, and show me where I've lied. Show me anything that I've said that isn't true. Take me to court for defamation, Elphaba, please. Because do you know what? The onus is on you to prove that what I've said isn't true. Aha! And I would have such an entertaining few days listening to you trying to cover up what you said. Yeah? Because that, honestly, talk about me on TikTok. Make up some lies about me on TikTok. I would love for you to do that, because I would absolutely take you to court for defamation. I absolutely would. Because there are so many of us. There are so many of us who have got an issue and who would happily club together and take you to court. So swing it my way, love. Absolutely, come at me. Come at me. I dare you. Thank you, Dr. Green Thumbs. I dare you. Yeah, you know those GoFundMes that you put up to raise money because you want to move or go on holiday or whatever else it is you want to do? I could put one up and I could pay to sue you for defamation in a heartbeat. Because at the moment, that's the only way I can see. Oh yeah, Catherine, this is after I was called a cretin, an old granny, that I needed the nurse to come and put me to bed. All sorts, honestly. But I would love, I tell you what, Elphaba, come for me. There's an invitation. That's an invitation from me to you. Come for me, right? And I'm not hiding behind a screen, okay? I'm quite poorly at the moment, and I have antibiotics for a chest infection, an actual chest infection, yeah, where I've been to an actual doctor's. Thank you, Carrie. Okay, and I've got crackles on the right side of my lungs. All right, so I'm taking actual medication, which I can prove always come with receipts. Yeah, so the filter is on so that I don't make everybody feel sorry for me, right, in order to get gifts. Yes? See, because I don't do that. So I'm telling you, Elphaba, I'm asking, do you know, no worries, darling. I'm suggesting in the nicest, friendliest manner I know how, come for me. Please. Oh, please. Seriously. Let me tell you a little something about me, Elphaba, right? I have been homeless. All right? I have been a widow at 25 years of age. Right? I have had my real father, my biological father, is a convicted con man and an ex-East London gang member. Okay? I've been graped. I've been the victim of DV. I was the victim of child SA. Right? I've had a nervous breakdown. I was very nearly sectioned. Right? I had to walk away from an 18-year marriage. I'm not going to tell you why, but I had to. And it was hell. Okay? So come for me. All right? Come for me. My first husband unalived himself. And I'll tell you what, he did it by accident. Do you know why? Because he thought if he played that card, he would get me back. And he didn't count on the fact that I wasn't going to turn up at the time I said I would, because I couldn't get hold of him on the phone. So play with me, Elphaba. Right? I've survived all of that and more. So if you want to try and find out where I live, don't bother trying to find out. Message me, I'll give you the address. I'll give you the address. Okay? Bring it. Talk about me. Talk about me. Please, please talk about me. Seriously. Because I will have you in court so fast your head will spin. And that is a promise from me to you. Unless you've been in here, Norris, I'm not going to say anything else about what Elphaba has done. To me, nothing in particular. To everybody else and to many people from many different communities, so much damage has been done. So much damage has been done. Yeah. Including screaming at a woman who had fled DV with 3 small children. Lying to people on the daily. Lying barefaced in order to get gifts. Manipulating vulnerable people in order to get gifts. Yeah. Absolutely. What hasn't Elphaba done? Should be the question. Oh, do I go for other creators too? Oh, let's see, Norris. Ask the audience, shall we? Ask the audience. Do I go for other creators, audience, in the chat? Have I ever gone for anyone else? Yeah, I see Elphaba's back on live. I want people to thank you. Do I go for any other creators? I will call out what I see as wrong. Yeah? I will call out who I see as wrong. I'll call out poor behaviour from absolutely every corner of TikTok. Why rude to you? I'll tell you why. Because you're coming across as somebody who is a supporter of Elphaba. Yeah. I don't care who they are. The beauty about being me is I don't make a living on TikTok. Right? I don't make a living on here. So I really don't give a toss. I am not bothered in the slightest what other creators think of me. I'm really not. Yeah, so I will call out anyone and everyone. Yeah, I don't need people to support me, or I don't need minions. I don't need an army. I don't need anything. If I think somebody's done wrong, I will absolutely call them out every time. Yeah, the only reason I'm not getting involved in the Luke, EQ and all that malarkey is because I don't understand what's going on with it. I don't understand who started it. I just think it needs to stop. I think all of these people are triggering all of these other people, and it's just ridiculous, and it needs to stop. Good grief. So yeah, I'll call out anyone. Oh no, I know, Katie. It just makes me laugh. Honestly, the hell I was put through on this app last year as well. I'm honestly, nothing phases me anymore. I'm too old to care. I really am too old to care. I think when you reach a certain age in life, you know, you just think, yeah. I did feel sorry for Elphaba at one point. I genuinely did. I don't know who you are. Do you know what? You should be able to say to people, I don't want to co-host. They shouldn't be able to send you invites. Yeah. I did think that, Antoinette, when they said, why are you being mean to me or something? I thought, uh-oh. Nearly someone's bedtime. See, that's that. Now, explain this to me, right? My live is set to over 18. I've got it on permanently, so my page is over 18 as well. But do you know what? Two things. How is a child allowed in here? Thank you, Donna. How is a child allowed in here when I've got the over 18 settings on? And why is it when I've scrolled through FYP yesterday and today, I've had several children's TikTok pages come up on my FYP, and I've had to go and block them straight away because my content is not for children. So how the fudge have they got into here? TikTok, you need to do better. This is an over 18s room. But do you know what, Marita, right? When I started getting eligible for when I was eligible for the Creator Fund or whatever it's called now, I had to verify who I was with my age, right? Why in God's name is there no verification on this site? You should have to verify that you are over 18, because if you are over 18, you have some form of identification. If you can't verify your age, you should not be allowed an account. I'm sorry, I don't understand. That would solve so many problems on this app that it needs to happen. There needs to be some kind of verification. There should be some. I had to send a photograph of my passport to show of my age. So if I had to verify who I was, why don't people, thank you, Violet, why don't people have to verify that they're over 18? Because if you're under 18, you can't gift. Exactly, Tracy, and I'm 53. So if you're over 18, you can verify your age. If you can't verify your age, yeah, I don't mind the fact that there are under 18s on here. But I don't understand why there's verification for withdrawing money on the app, but no verification for setting up an account in the first place. I don't understand it at all. I really don't. Oh, and I'll tell you something else Elphaba's done, which can be backed up. Elphaba has also been neglectful to animals. Does anyone remember the kid that she went to stay with that had the husky? Yeah. That kid had to leave. Jay, that's the one. That kid had to leave. Because, I don't know what the reason was, but that Jay said that, well, I know for one that a friend that Elphaba had, that no longer has, said that Elphaba was neglectful to their dog and had moved the dog with their foot. So if you just don't dislike Elphaba for any reason, cruelty to animals, stick that one. Yeah? Neglectful of animals. I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know what it's going to take. But I think it's going to take a monumental effort from all of the awareness people who need to put down all of their egos. Yeah. Who need to put down all, yeah, on the bed as well, wasn't it, Claire? Need to set aside all egos and they need to come together to get this person away. I don't see how else it's going to happen. I know there are lots of pockets of us who are all trying to do the right thing, and lots of us are doing it all the time. Yeah, but Donna, do you know what my fear is? My fear is that the manipulation will become more careful and will become more sophisticated. And so, with the self-harming and stuff online. Good evening, Harriet. I think it's going to become more sophisticated, and because they've already got followers that are either vulnerable or young, they've not got the life experience to see it when it's happening. And is Cam Tewing being bananaed as well? Because honestly, at this point, that's what I'm thinking of doing with a running commentary. To say, look at this behaviour, this is what this behaviour is, this is what they'll do next. Ah, okay. Absolutely. A con artist is as good as their last con, right? So they'll just work harder. They'll just work harder to con more people, and honestly, I know these people are strangers to me. I've never met them, never will, but the thought that they are having their heartstrings tugged by somebody who is lying to them is just, it's honestly sickening. It's sickening. Yeah, Katie, yeah, he's trying to look like they're having a breakdown of some sort. Yeah? Absolutely pathetic. Oh, it drives me nuts. Drives me potty. Yeah, Marita, I bet you do. Yeah. Well, I'm going to keep holding these lives. I'm going to keep calling Elphaba out. Hopefully I'll get Elphaba's attention as well, because I want Elphaba's attention. I want Elphaba to know I'm talking about her all the time, calling out all the lies. I want to become a thorn in Elphaba's side. That's what I want. I absolutely want to become an utter pain in the Elphaba's backside. It's easier to make friends when you're autistic. Wow. Do you know what, Katie? I could go on for another hour about how that's lies. Yeah, Louise, I know. Really, Antoinette, because Angry Irish is one of the ones that Cam 2's Elphaba, isn't? Is it Angry Irish is she? I don't know. I have an autistic stepdaughter, Katie. I couldn't agree with you more. They find social interaction very difficult. Who was that said they knew? Hi, Mark. This is a reminder live about the joys of Elphaba. If you don't know that creator, please don't go and Google or don't go and look. Oh, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Exactly, UK TikTok, absolutely. Self-harming tonight, Mark. Self-harming, lying, putting lots of misinformation out there, managing to tell lies in the same sentence. You know, the usual. The usual. So I was just saying that the people that run awareness and stuff, we all need to come together, set egos aside, stop thinking about viewer numbers and stop thinking about gifters and all that stuff, and just work together to get this lovely person off the app. Exactly, Jazza. Exactly. It just beggars belief, honestly. Yeah, I don't think I don't know Angry Irish, to be fair. I don't know a lot of these people that miles away. I don't know a lot of these. You're very welcome, Mark. I don't know a lot of these awareness people, but I'm happy to put myself out there. I try and help as many people on here as I possibly can. I'm trying to help someone at the moment. Yeah. But I don't sit on here and brag about it because, you know, I don't battle either. Oh, bless your heart, Mark. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Can I just tell you, Mark, because you're new here. Are you new here? I don't want to bore you if you're not. Have you ever been in this room before? Asking for a friend? There's no right answer to that, by the way, or wrong answer to that. Just wondered whether you've been in here, if you're still in here. I just wanted to make you aware. Oh, thank you. Oh, hi, Donna. Yeah, if you're in here, you're a misfit. That's how we term you, because you found the room. Just so you know, my gifts are not for me. I don't make a living on the app. I have a community called the Misfits, and the money goes into gifts go into a community pot, as it were, and we help as many people as we can. And so I'm probably one of the few creators you'll see on here that doesn't actually use any of the money for themselves. And if I ever did, I'd tell you at the start of the live anyway. But we've helped somebody in Australia who lost everything. We've helped somebody whose money for her daughter's birthday went missing. We've helped somebody buy like a sensory thing. So yeah, thank you for the follow, Mark. We try to help as many people as possible. We're always available in DMs and stuff. Thank you, Mark. You don't need to, but thank you. But we're always available, me, the mods, to DM if anyone's struggling. We'll always try and help. We're small but mighty, she says. I'm not usually behind a filter, by the way. I'm usually, full frontal there. I've got a chest infection. I don't want to make anyone feel sorry for me.